Hey Kipsters, yesterday you guys did a really good job of identifying the function of 5 cell organelles. Today we're going to look at the final 6 and identify the function of these organelles inside the cells. Let's jump right in. So remember that cells are the building blocks of life. Cells are found in all living things. In fact, you are made of about 100 trillion cells. They're itty-bitty, tiny, microscopic things that make up all life, including plants and animals. The first cell organelle that we're going to study is called cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that holds organelles in place. It's found in both plant and animal cells. As you can see in the picture here, all of this blue stuff, it's a jelly-like substance, and it makes sure that the organelles stay in place and they don't slide around. So the blue stuff here that's filling in the entire cell is the cytoplasm. I like to compare cytoplasm to this stuff that my grandmother used to make called Jell-O salad. It was really gross. Don't tell her I said that. But Jell-O salad was made out of Jell-O, and inside she used to put like a bunch of different kinds of fruits and vegetables, and they would be inside of the Jell-O. So as you can see in this picture here, the Jell-O would be the cytoplasm, and all of the other things that are inside would be the organelles. They're the things that are being held in place. So cytoplasm is kind of like Jell-O salad. Let's look at the next one. The next organelle is called mitochondria. I'll say it again. Mitochondria. One more time. Mitochondria. Mitochondria produces energy for the cell. They are jelly bean-shaped organelles that are inside of both plant and animal cells. Often you're going to see that cells have more than one mitochondria. And that's because this is the place where energy is made. So sugar is turned into energy that the cell could actually use. I would compare mitochondria to a power plant. So just like an energy plant would provide energy for a city, the mitochondria is kind of like the energy plant for the cell. It provides energy so that the cell can move, grow, and reproduce. The next cell organelle that we're going to study is called the lysosome. Lysosome break down food, cell waste, and they take out all the worn out cell parts. So again, the word is lysosome. Lysosome are going to be small, round individuals, organelles that are inside of a cell, like the one you see here. When I was back in middle school and had to make a model, I used a gobstopper as my lysosome because it's just a small, round organelle inside the cell. So its job is to take all the worn out stuff, all the waste, and it digests it or gobbles it up so that the cell can get rid of the stuff it no longer needs. So you could think of the lysosome kind of like the trash. It is where we place all the things that are worn out that we can't use anymore. So all the old cell organelles, they would be placed in the trash can, or in the case of a cell, inside the lysosome. Let's look at the next one. Now, the next organelle is called a vacuole. The vacuole stores water, food, and protein for the cell. Inside of a plant cell, the vacuole is really large. This whole area here is the vacuole. And that's because plant cells have to hold a whole lot of water in order for the plant to live. So here, the plant will hold water like H2O. It will hold food, all the other things that it needs until it's ready to use it. Inside of an animal cell, the vacuole is a little bit smaller. So this green thing that you see here is the vacuole in the animal cell. You'll notice is quite a bit smaller, but it serves the same purpose, and it's to serve as a storage room. So it's the place where we would store everything until we need it. So imagine in your cell, this is where you hold your water, your food, your nutrients, and your proteins until you're ready for it to be used. It's a storage closet of sorts. Let's go on to the next one. The next organelle is found in only plant cells. It's called the cell wall. The cell wall provides extra protection and support for plant cell. Now you'll remember back to yesterday I said there is a such thing as a cell membrane. It's a layer that goes around plant and animal cells, and it regulates what can go in and out of the cells. But you see here how there's kind of a thicker layer here. This thicker layer is called the cell wall. It's like extra protection for the cell and provides support so that plants can actually stand up on their own. If plant cells did not have a cell wall, they would actually not be able to stand up on their own. So it provides protection and provides support. I would imagine the cell wall to be like a big wall surrounding a city. This provides extra protection and support so that unwanted things don't get in, and it allows the city to stand on its own. Or in the case of a plant, it allows a plant to stand on its own. Let's move on to chloroplast. Chloroplast is the next organelle, and chloroplast is also only found in plant cells. The job of chloroplast is to convert sunlight into energy. And we already know that the process of converting sunlight into energy is called photosynthesis. If you were already thinking that, you're right on. Give yourself some snaps. So photosynthesis happens inside of the chloroplast. These, usually you'll see them as being green organelles inside plant cells. These green organelles is where the sunlight gets trapped, and here the plant cell will turn that sunlight into energy that the plant can actually use. Let's move on. So chloroplast, I would say chloroplast is most similar to a solar panel. So just like a solar panel that would be out in the middle of a open field, a solar panel would turn sunlight into energy. In the case of a cell, however, the chloroplast, what you see here, would turn sunlight into energy that the cell can use. Make sure you have everything written down into your chart, and feel free to go back if you need anything. Continue on with the rest of your practice and raise your hand if you have any questions. Good luck!